Hello friends, hello students. Today we will learn about diversity of life forms. Taxonomy. Taxonomy is a branch of biology that deals with identification, nomenclature and classification of organisms. Now let's know about the labels of taxonomy. There are three labels. One is alpha taxonomy, beta taxonomy and gamma taxonomy. What do you mean by alpha taxonomy? It is concerned with finding, describing, and naming of organisms. This is the first and most basic step in taxonomy. Now let's know about beta taxonomy. What do you mean by beta taxonomy? Beta taxonomy includes identification of natural groups and biological classes. Now come to gamma taxonomy. It includes study of evolutionary processes and patterns. Now let's know about nomenclature. Nomenclature is the formal naming of a particular organism according to some standardized system. The fundamental principle of nomenclature is that each organism must have only one scientific name. In contrast to scientific names, many organisms also bear common names, which are generally used by people within a limited geographic region. Presently, the criteria for the scientific naming of plants, algae, and fungi are based on the rules and recommendations of the International Code of Nomenclature, that is ICN, in short, ICN. It was formerly called International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, in short ICBN. The name was changed at the International Botanical Congress in July 2011. Now let's know about nomenclature types. The scientific names must be associated with some physical entity known as nomenclature type or simply type. A nomenclature type is one particular specimen of an organism to which the scientific name of that organism is formally attached. Types are usually physical specimens that are kept in a museum or herbarium research collection, but it may also be an illustration. The type serves the purpose of acting as a reference for the name upon which the name is based. There are different types of nomenclature types. One is holotype, isotype, lectotype, neotype. Now let's know about holotype. A holotype is the one specimen or illustration upon which a name is based. Now come to isotype. An isotype is a duplicate specimen of the holotype collected at the same time by the same person from the same population. Now let's know about lectotype. A lectotype is a specimen that is selected from the original material to serve as the type when no holotype is designated at the time of publication. If the holotype is missing or if the original type consisted of more than one specimen or taxon. Now let's know about neotype. A specimen later selected to serve as the single type specimen when an original holotype has been lost or destroyed or where the original author never cited a specimen. Now let's know about the classification. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a category termed rank. Rarely the term taxonomy category is used instead of rank. Now 7 taxonomic ranks. Taxa. Let's know about this taxonomy. First is kingdom. Kingdom is its taxa is plantae. Phylum or phylum means division. It's Magnoliphyta. Class is Liliopsida. Order is Aracali. And family is Aracaceae. and genus is Coccus, species is Coccus nucifera. Now, the various units of classification, kingdom, phylum, class, and so on are called taxonomic categories, and together they make up the taxonomic hierarchy. Now, let's know about taxon. What do we mean by taxon? A taxon is a defined group of organisms typically treated at a given rank. We taken the example Magnoliophyta is a taxon placed at the rank of phylum. Liliopsida is a taxon placed at the rank of class. As one progresses down the hierarchy, the number of organisms in each taxon decreases, the similarities between them increases. Now let's know about biological species concept. Cladistics can be defined as the study of pathways of evolution. In other words, cladistics are interested in such questions as how many branches there are there among a group of organisms, which branch connects to which other branch, and what is the branching sequences. A tree-like network that expresses such ancestor-descendant relationships is called a cladogram. Thus, a cladogram refers to the topology of a rooted philo- phylogenetic tree. Now, let's know about phonetics. What do you mean by phonetics? Phonetics is the study of relationship among a group of organisms on the basis of degree of similarity between them, be that similarity molecular, phenotypic, or anatomical. A tree-like network expressing phonetic relationship is called a phonogram. Now, phonetics, also known as the taximetrics, is attempt to classify organisms based on overall similarity using a morphology or other observable traits regardless of their phylogeny or evolutionary relation. It is closely related to numerological taxonomy, which is concerned with the use of numerical methods for taxonomic classifications. Now let's know about the determination of phonetic relationship between optional taxonomic units. The character states are compared with one OTU operational taxonomic unit to the next. A number of methods exist for making such comparisons between OTUs, and one of the simplest method is called the simple matching coefficient. This is calculated by counting the number of character states for each character which are common between the OTU, and then dividing this number by the total number of characters used. The simple matching coefficients are then arranged to form a similarity matrix. This is a matrix in which the rows and columns represent organisms, and each value is an association coefficient measuring the similarity of two different organisms so that each organism is compared to very other one in the table. Now, let's know one example so that we can understand. Let us consider 6 OTUs S, T, U, X, Y, Z to determine the phonetic relationship. To provide a good indication of phonetic relationship, as many different unit characters as possible should be used, but in this example only 10 characters have been taken for simplicity. Here only characters with two states are used, and these are given arbitrarily numerical values of 0 for one state and 1 for other. From the table, we come to know the data. We can calculate simple matching coefficient by counting the number of character states for each character in common between two OTUs are, then dividing this number by the total number of characters used. For example, the coefficient between S and T equals to the character states in common divided by total of the character equals to 8 by 10 equals to 0.8. Such calculations are done between all pairs of OTUs and the resultant figures are displayed in a data matrix of coefficient of association. The higher the coefficient of association, the more closely related are the OTUs. Based on the data matrix of coefficient association, a phonogram can be constructed. In phonogram, the vertical lines delineating groups or clusters of OTUs are based on the coefficient of association. They show the S and T as well as U and X are similar at the 0.8 level and Y and Z are similar at 0.9 level. The former two pairs of OTUs are more similar to each other than either pair is to the latter. The level at which they are connected is based on an average value of the pair S to U, S to X, T to U and T to X. Now let's know the equation. S to U plus S to X plus T to U plus T to X divided by 4 equals to 0.5 plus 7, 0.7 plus 0.7 plus 0.5 divided by 4 equals to 0.24 divided by 4 equals to 0.6. The relationship of Y and Z to the other 4 OTUs is assessed in the same way and found to be 0.42. Now let's know about the cladistics. It is an approach to biological classification in which organisms are grouped together based on whether or not they have one or more shared unique characteristics that come from the group's last common ancestor and are not present in more distant ancestors. Therefore, members of same group are thought to share a common history and are considered to be more closely related. Mono, para, and polyphyletic taxa can be understood based on the shape of the tree as well as based on their character states. Now let's know the characteristics. First I will tell about term, that means monophily, then node based definition and character based definition. First, monophily node based definition is a clade monophyletic taxon is a taxon which includes all the descendants of an inferred ancestor. Now let's know about character based definition. Monophilic characteristic definition. A clade is characterized by one or more apomorphous derived character states present in the first number of the taxon inherited by either by its descendants and not inherited by any other taxa. Now, second term is paraphyly. Paraphyly, let's know about the node based definition. A paraphyletic assemblage is one which is constructed by taking a clade and removing one or more similar clades. Now let's know about the characters based definition of paraphyly. A paraphyletic assemblage is characterized by one or more plesiomorphous character states inherited from ancestors but not present in all of their descendants. As a consequence, a paraphyletic assemblage is truncated in that it excludes one or more clades from otherwise monophyletic taxon. An alternative name of evolutionary grade referred to as ancestral character state within the group. While paraphyletic assemblages are popular among paleontologists and evolutionary taxonomists, clades do not recognize paraphyletic assemblages as having any formal information content. They are merely part of class. Now let's know about polyphyly. Polyphyly definition based on node definition. Let's know about polyphyly. A polyphyletic assemblage is one which is neither monophyletic nor paraphyletic. Now let's know about the character based definition of polyphyly. A polyphyletic assemblage is characterized by one or more homoplacies, character states which have converged or reverted so as to be the same but which have not been inherited from the common ancestor. No systematist recognizes polyphyletic assemblies as taxonomically meaningful entities, although ecologists sometimes consider them meaningful labels for functional participants in ecological communities. Now let's know about synapomorphies are the basis for cladistics. Cladistics. Cladistics is a particular method of hypothesizing relationships among organisms. Like other methods, it has its own set of assumptions, procedures, and limitations. Cladistics is now accepted as the best method available for phylogenetic analysis, for it provides an explicit and testable hypothesis of organismal relationships. The basic idea behind cladistics is that members of a group share a common evolutionary history and are closely related, more so to members of the same group than to other organisms. These groups are recognized by sharing unique features which were not present in distant ancestors. These shared derived characteristics are called synapomorphies. Completed. Next video we will study about biological species concept. Thank you. Any questions regarding this you can ask me in the comment box. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel.